Hello. Today I'm going to talk about some of my favorite fall winter perfumes. But these are the ones that I've kind of enjoyed over this last fall spring season. I'm a huge scent person. I really enjoy scent, so I thought I'd walk you through. To give you an idea of the things I personally like, I tend to enjoy a lot more woody, musky, spicy, smoky scents, and then still some stuff within the realm of clean. But I'm not as much of a gourmand person, which if you don't know what that is, it just means it's a kind of perfume that smells edible, to my understanding. So more dessert-y, tastes like something you would eat, which is not as much my thing. Love if you love that. These are just my personal preferences. And I think we've got quite an array here that covers different kinds of scents that I tend to enjoy more in the fall. And so I have the notes pulled up here of each respective fragrance as I talk about them. Before we get started, I want to talk about a little bit about like some new jewelry that I've been loving. This actually I've had for a little bit. It's like a random silver chain I've had for a couple years, and this was a shell I picked up at Jacob Riis Beach in Brooklyn, Queens, one of those. I've been kind of enjoying this stack situation. I wouldn't mind getting like one more bangle at some. Bump my elbow. Anyways, yeah, I've been kind of enjoying this kind of situation. Been super into like silver and amber together. I don't know, it just looks very chic and warm and cool at the same time. Love it. Anyways, I'll get on to the perfume. I think the first one that I'm probably going to talk about is Givenchy's L'Interdit. I don't know if I pronounced that right. I'm actually not even going to lie. But this one is maybe kind of counts as a gourmand in some capacity. Here we go. So this is a blood orange ginger perfume. It's a lot more on the heavy side. It has a tuberose note, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's got tuberose, patchouli, vetiver, sandalwood, ginger, blood orange, sandalwood, jasmine, and pimento leaf. This smells like a little bit candy-ish to me, but it has enough like woodiness and musk to it that it doesn't explicitly smell like a candy to me. So it just smells like spicy, warm. You get a little bit of like an energetic zing from the ginger. It kind of like adds like a level of depth and spiciness to the tuberose, which tends to have like a little bit of a bubblegummy smell. That's probably where I personally smell the candy-like note. But it has a very addictive quality, which is what I very much like about it. I love the bottle, I'm not gonna lie. Anything with this like dark red, I don't think you can even see. Let me see if in the sunlight that you can see how pretty the color looks. Like, it just has such a gorgeous burgundy red wine bloody color. I love it. That's one that I definitely pull out a lot for like date nights or going out, like clubbing with friends occasionally. It just makes you smell very warm, spicy, and sexy. It is a really sexy fragrance, I think so. Just a little bit floral as well to give it like a fresh, classic quality. Makes it a little more mature in my opinion. So loving that. So I think the next one that I'm gonna talk about is one that I've had actually for so many years at this point. American Cream by Lush. You can see how like dirty this bottle is. All of my bottles are kind of a disaster because I just throw them in my bag. Like that's the kind of girl I am. Like there's like a bunch of perfumes like clinking around in my bags at all times. And as a result, they've kind of been up, but they are well loved and I use them frequently. So that is what I consult myself with. I got this just because I wanted something like, I do love, despite not being a gourmand person, I do love the smell of vanilla, but I don't always love when vanilla smells like a cookie, at least for me. It's not like obviously that I hate the smell of cookies. I just personally do not want to smell like a cookie. And this, honestly, again, like what you could arguably qualify as a gourmand, does not smell so gourmandy to me. So the notes in this are, let me see, milk, vanilla, white honey, strawberry, and orange. Personally, I don't know if I detect any of like the orange or strawberry in this. I do get the honey. If you've ever smelled honey, like honey has like a very distinct smell. Like it's almost slightly medicinal, which I think is what I like about this. Yeah, and it's a little lactonic, which just basically means like it has a creamy smell to it, like the smell of some kind of fresh cream. I adore it. It smells like a little boozy almost, because there's almost like a slight alcohol-y smell, but not that it smells like rubbing alcohol. It's nice and powdery too, so I think that gives it an elevated, again, mature type of smell, and a slight fruitiness that gives it a little burst of freshness. I love this one in the winter. It just makes you smell so cozy, at the same time a little clean, a little elevated. Honestly, I think an underrated perfume. Just also like makes me feel like I can drink like a nice, like a really good latte with this, or like an Earl Grey tea. Beautiful, beautiful perfume. Another one, beat up bottle as well, but this is one of the Juliet Has a Gun perfumes, and it's called Lady Vengeance. Oh, I love this perfume. This is one of those that I don't think it's everyone's favorite when I show it to them, because people have very strong opinions about rose, which is what this perfume is. It's a more of a Bulgarian rose. And if you want to know, like, mostly, at least what I've noticed when I smell when something touts itself as a Bulgarian rose scent, classic smell of like when you think of a rose perfume, which is a little deterring to some people, because I know a lot of people can say, again, it's like a little bit of an old lady smell. I personally love rose perfumes. I think they smell so elegant, so clean, a little dark, which again is what I personally really like. It has a cold smell to it as well. I don't know if that makes any sense, but rose, like a rose smell, smells cold, and sometimes I do love that, and I feel like it matches the vibe of the cold outside. Oh yes, so this one has lavender, bergamot, rose, patchouli, isoe super, which is one of the big things you get in the Juliet Has a Gun perfumes. It's not a perfume smell. Along with geranium, white musk, ambroxan, and a little vanilla. I personally, here, I'm gonna like spray this one, because this is what I will say about this perfume, is that this is one of the perfumes that the initial spray is a little sharp. I almost never want to show it to people like freshly sprayed out of the bottle, because it's a little strong. It's got some kind of really almost hits you in the back of the throat. Yes, this one just smells so clean and dark and cold. To me, you really get that rose, and it's also still got that musk to it, which makes it like a little more alluring. Like, it's not totally cold. The musk makes it such that you are still a little drawn into it. I have always told people when I describe this scent, this is actually more what I envision like a sexy, like reclusive vampire smelling like, because I just associate roses with vampires. And then on top of that, it, because of like the cold nature, it's almost got like a dampness, like almost and a little bit of a green smell to it, like cold ivies like growing on a stone wall or something. I think it just smells very beautiful, very elegant. This is one that I enjoy wearing to nicer occasions. I've worn this to different dates. I think this is also a great like wedding scent in general, because florals generally are. I enjoy that this definitely doesn't smell as much like a white floral to me. White florals are very beautiful, but this is definitely more like a powdery, cold, clean floral. And it's a beautiful fragrance to me, and I quite enjoy it. It has me feeling very vampiric when I wear it, which I enjoy, especially in like the later, colder winter months, like January, February, March, at least here in New York. when it's on and off kind of gray. I think it just matches the energy that I specifically feel in the grayer, colder winter months. I love it. I think that's all I will say on that fragrance. The next one is actually funny. It's not one that I only wear in the winter. I actually think this is a really good year-round fragrance. I just happen to wear it more in the winter, but it is Dead Cool's Blonde. Love this brand. This one is a strange one because I think it's one of those perfumes that does not smell like any other perfume, in my opinion. And one of those, again, I think is really interesting. Whenever I show people this one like straight out of the bottle, they'll smell it and be like, that's a little interesting, because it's got a heavy leather note, which depending on what you like can be off-putting to people. But what I will say is that this one I also do get complimented on quite frequently out in the wild, and I think that is because of how it wears and projects. So I think this up close on the bottle and on the nose, and especially even on like an initial spray on your skin, has a very like heavy leather musky, like almost borderline smells like a little dirty. But it's still a clean smelling scent. It just has a little bit of that musky funk to it up close. I think it's a little bit like the combination of like the leather. I'm seeing that it has saffron, juniper berries, pomelo, black violet. I can definitely smell the violet in this as the floral. That's probably where I'm getting a little bit of that like dirty smell. But it's kind of in a sexy way. Yeah, it's got a little bit of rose. It's got a raspberry note thrown in there, which I think really makes the scent more unique. There's almost like a bit of like a bright, punchy sourness to it. I love this one. I think it is a very special perfume. I had mentioned that I get complimented a lot more on it in the wild, because I'd mentioned it, how it wears is a little different than when you smell it up close. If you've ever smelled Dead Cool scents, they all kind of have a base, warm, ambery, little vanilla-y scent at the base, and I think they all, or a lot of them, end up having that kind of smell at the base, like as they wear. And any fragrance that sits at the base of a perfume is generally what you smell throughout the day when you wear it. It's just a very unique scent. It's one of those that if you want to have a scent that it's a little more gender neutral, you're not going to smell like anyone else, like a rock star quality to it, that I very much enjoy. So I wear that one a lot I think I gravitate towards it more in the winter because there is a little bit of a heaviness to it. It is a little strong, but I would say, like, so long as you were lighter on your application, you could wear this any time of year. And then lastly is an exciting one. This one is Stash by Sarah Jessica Parker. I heard about this one through Kay Poyer, and I forgot her name, but she's a YouTuber and TikToker that I very much enjoy, named Camille, I think. I need to go back and find what she is, but she's a perfume TikToker that I very much enjoy, and they introduced me to this fragrance that, by the way, is incredibly cheap online. I think it's technically discontinued, but you can still find it on a lot of like dead stock perfume websites. This one I think smells so special, at least for the price. To me, it smells like a niche perfume, except I think I paid like $20 for this. And then let me see if I can find the notes for it. So the notes for this one are very interesting. This one I will warn people right off the bat, I don't know if this is a safe blind buy for anyone. It definitely has a stronger, like, peppery, spicy, medicinal smell that might read a little old lady to some people, so take that into consideration. I will say this is another one though that when people give me a hug or smell it on me out in the wild, I do get complimented on quite frequently. So this is another one that I would say, like, if you smelled up close, you would be a little off put, because there is a little bit of a stronger, like I said, like spicy, medicinal, peppery smell. But I don't think that's what really comes through strongly as you wear it through the day. So let me get into the notes real quick. pepper, sage, grapefruit, cedar, patchouli, pistachio, which I will say I think you can very much smell in this. White ginger lily, woods, don't know what that other ingredient is, vetiver, and musk. And that honestly truly is exactly what this smells like. It smells like warm spices. It's got kind of like a smoky woody smell. The black pepper note, I love pink and black pepper notes in fragrances. I think they just smell very sexy to me. It's very, very warm, and I think draws people in the way that gourmands do, but almost in a savory, warm way, which I very much love. The pistachio note, I think, is what adds this, like, I want to say like just a little bit salty smell, but again, like in an addictive way. It is incredible for the winter. I think anyone can wear this. I have heard people say that it leans on the more masculine side. I can see that. Maybe I just lean towards a lot of perfumes that have a little bit more of a masculine smell. But I personally think this smells masculine in a more traditional way, not in the typical like aquatic, spicy, the same kind of man cologne smell that you typically smell. I think this just has so much more of a well-blended, mature, spicy. I think because of the little bit of medicinal note, like it has like an older quality to it, not like a gross old lady smell, but like what a really sexy person back in, I don't know, like in a jazz club in the 20s would smell like. It's very alluring to me. Like I said, this one I will say I've already gotten so many compliments on out in the wild when people smell it on me. So I highly encourage you to check it out. I also love the bottle. I think it just has like some kind of also what like an old-timey quality that I quite enjoy. Yeah, those are the perfumes that I've been and have been enjoying, if not for the last few years, maybe in the last few months over this last fall and winter season. I hope you gain some inspiration. I think in the future, I'm gonna start thinking about making some videos around fashion as well, but tying it into the other things that inspire outfit. And one of those things for me also is scent. So just gonna sit and toy with that idea for a little bit. Think about how I compare a perfume with an outfit, because that does inform a lot of like my styling choices and my inspiration, as well as like any iconography or fashion references that I enjoy. So yeah, hopefully that gives you a better idea of my perfume tastes, and I think I might do more with the concept of perfume in the future. So if you made it here, thank you for watching, and see you guys later.